In this lesson, we're going to look at how to construct the melodic minor scale. Melodic minor is different from the other minors in that it is different going up and coming down. When you play the scale going up, the only note we're going to change is the third note of the scale. If it is sharp in the major scale, we're going to make it natural. If it's natural in the major scale, we're going to make it flat. If it's flat in the major scale, we will not be turning this scale into a melodic minor scale. Here's where things are different from other minor scales. When you play from the top coming back down, we're going to change the seventh and the sixth note in addition to that third note. If any of those three notes is sharp, we're going to make them natural. If any of those three notes is natural, we're going to make it flat. And if the seventh or sixth note coming down is flat in the major scale, we're going to make it a double flat. Let's take a look at a few examples to see how this looks in a real scale. Our first example will be in the key of C major. The first thing we'll do, like we've done with our other scales, is write down our steps of the scale. In other scales, we stopped at the top, which was 8, but because the notes are different coming down, we need to write the numbers coming back down from 8 to 1. The notes of the C major scale. The first note is C, the second note is D, the third note is E, the fourth note is F, the fifth note is G, the sixth note is A, the seventh note is B, and the eighth note is C. Because the notes change coming down, we're going to write the scale right back down. So we've got our B, our A, our G, our F, our E, and then D, and finally C. Going up, the third note of the C major scale is an E, so we're going to change that from E natural to E flat. Coming down, the seventh note of the C major scale is B, so we're going to change that to B flat. The sixth note is an A, so we're going to change that to A flat. And the third note is E, so we'll change that to E flat. This is a C melodic minor scale. Only the third is flatted going up. The seventh, sixth, and third are lowered coming back down. Let's get rid of the C scale, and let's try another example. This time, let's look at the A flat melodic minor scale. We already have our numbers down, so we can start writing in our notes for the A flat major scale. The first note is A flat. The second note is B flat. The third note is C. The fourth note is D flat. The fifth note is E flat. The sixth note is F. The seventh note is G. And the eighth note is A flat. So that's our scale going up. Let's write it coming back down. F, G, E flat, D flat, C, B flat, and A flat. When we play the scale going up, the third note of the A flat major scale is C, so we're going to lower it to C flat, and that's all we do going up. But coming back down, the seventh note of the A flat scale is G, so we make it G flat. The sixth note is F, or F natural, we make it F flat. And the third note is C, so we'll make that a C flat. This is an A flat melodic minor scale. Let's try another example. Let's stick with our flat scales. This time, why don't we do a D flat melodic minor scale? We'll write out our D flat major scale so we can make our adjustments. The first note is D flat. The second note is E flat. The third note is F. The fourth note is G flat. The fifth note is A flat. The sixth note is B flat. The seventh note is C, and the last note is D flat. That's the scale going up, but because it's a melodic minor scale, we're going to write it coming back down also. As we play our ascending or going up scale, the third note of a D flat major scale is F, so we'll drop it to F flat. That's all we do going up. Coming down, the seventh note is C, so we're going to drop that to C flat. The sixth note is B flat, so we're going to add another flat to that and make it B double flat. And the third note coming down of the scale is F, so we'll change that to F flat. This is a D flat melodic minor scale. Let's try one sharp scale as our final example. We're going to look at the key of E. So we will start by writing our E major scale. The first note in the E major scale is E. The second note is F sharp. The third note is G sharp. The fourth note is A. The fifth note is B. The sixth note is C sharp. The seventh note is D sharp. And the last note is E. Because it's a melodic minor scale, the notes are different coming back down, so we need to write the notes coming back down also. Going up, the third note of the E major scale is E sharp. So to make it melodic minor, we're going to change that to G natural. Coming down, the seventh note of the E major scale is D sharp. So we'll get rid of that sharp and make it a D natural. The sixth note is C sharp. So we're going to get rid of that sharp and make it C natural. The third note is G sharp. So we're going to get rid of the sharp and we'll make that G natural. This is an E melodic minor scale. So to sum up for the melodic minor scales, when we play it ascending or going up, the only note we're going to adjust is the third note of the scale. When we come back down, we will be adjusting the seventh note, the sixth note, and the third note for the melodic minor scale.